We are Jet Sports Training, where our mission is to cultivate champions. This is where athletes come to get faster and everyday people come to change their lives. This is not a gym, but a community. Come get jetted.
Take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lot of y'all doubted on me. Now they like, wow, look how far you go. Legendary like all my idols, coming for it all, and I can't wait. Success just called and I got me a date. So I grab my ambitions and I'm on my way. Cross the wrong line and it's bad news. Might get burnt like a candle. We too hot to handle. World at my feet like a sandal. I only move when I plan to. Your moves could get canceled.
Hey guys, I gotta tell you about one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu places out there, Nogales Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Make sure you go check them out if you're down in Nogales and say what's up to my homie Andy Behrens.
If you're tired of feeling like a rusty tin can, call Mueve Flex today. We will have you saying hello, sunshine, to your newfound flexibility. Let's get moving and grooving. Call 377-2225 and we'll get you on our schedule with Mueve Flex Assisted Stretch Therapy.
What's up guys, we are back with another episode, and this is a special one because we have the OG, the original Jet Sports athlete. Yeah. What does that even mean to sound like that, brother? Like, you're the first one, you're the first football player to come on a show. Mm-hmm. You're the first person to ever be a Jet athlete. Mm-hmm. What's that like? But also introduce yourself as well.
My name's RJ Gory. I go to South Point High School. I'm gonna be a junior. I play football. It's just really an honor. It's just a blessing too, to just see what all the things that Jet has done, and all the things that Jet is doing, and what it's become and how it's grown. Yeah. Being that first person, how small we started, and where we started to where it's come now, it's just a blessing. It's just an honor for real.
Especially where we're going with the new Mosaic Plaza.
Yep.
That it's in the future for us.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's introduce our next guest too. His dad. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Derrick Gory, and I'm dad.
That's awesome. So I always like to start off something fun. And are you guys DC or Marvel people?
I'm neither one.
Neither one?
Yeah.
What about you, brother?
You probably DC.
We just had a DC guy in, so.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm probably Marvel.
Yeah,
I like
have you
Marvel.
seen the Fantastic Four yet?
I have not. I gotta go check that out though.
Okay, what do you think this is actually going to work out with everything, with the whole Doomsday and everything they're trying to do? Because Robert Downey Jr. said himself, once you hang up the jersey, when you put it back on, it's never the same.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't think Marvel is really never gonna be the same. Like, I feel like after Endgame, it's kind of just all the Marvel movies kind of been just mid.
Like, change it up. Just focus on X-Men at that point.
Right.
Yeah. So, Mr. Derrick, we're gonna start off with your journey a little bit. Give us a little breakdown, because you gave me a little bit breakdown before you got here of your sports history, where you from, where you grew up and stuff.
So I'm from Los Angeles, California, born and raised. Got to Tucson about 1990. Played basketball, football throughout my career when I was younger. High school, basketball, football. Finished school. My mom's husband was from Tucson. So when I graduated high school, my mom moved here to Tucson to be with her husband. So I came out here just what I thought was a visit.
Yeah.
And ended up meeting my wife and going to Pima and playing basketball there actually for a year. And the rest is history. Here we are.
Yeah. So you go to Pima and it was for basketball, right?
Yes.
How did that all come together? Was it planned or did you just one day just check it out?
No, actually, just used to go and play pickup ball there. And then the first year I tried out, I didn't make the team. I was actually the manager for the team. So that was motivation to me to do what I
Yeah.
got to do to.
What was your role as a manager? Because you have all these, like, I've heard stories from the U of A managers for baseball. What was your role at Pima as a basketball manager?
Just, helping out when needed. If they needed an extra body at practice, that was me. Helping out with uniforms, just anything I could do off the court to help them do what they got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens. What changes did you make to go in to make the team that next year?
Just motivation, man. Just, getting tired of seeing guys that you just as good as, and it just motivated. I never not made a team in my life, so it was a different challenge for me, but it was worth it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you make the team next year. How did that first year go?
Went good. We actually went to Japan, played
Oh, shit. Pima College went to
Yeah.
Japan?
1991. Took a
Yeah,
trip
who was
to-
their AD to make that happen back then?
Who was the AD?
And I'm
Our
gonna
coach was Randall Moore. I can't remember who the AD was.
I'm gonna throw shade to Edgar Soto. He's my uncle, actually. I'm like, dog, you never had anyone go to Japan.
Yeah, we had James Ford and all those guys back then. Rodney Wesley, Derrick Modrow. So yeah, we had a good team.
That's awesome. So, college athletes kind of take a turn, do something different. Tell us a little bit that journey, coming from sports into the real world.
So I've always been a part of some type of sport. When I finished playing, I started coaching Pop Warner back in about 1998, somewhere around there. Cool. So I was always into it. I never really took a break. It's just always been in my blood. I had so many coaches growing up, so it was just in me to want to give back and do that for other kids. And I did it for numerous years without having any kids on the team. So it was just something that was a genuine passion for me, something that I think I was born to do, was just to help young men develop.
Yeah. So you do that Pop Warner. How long do you do Pop Warner for? And what team were you on? Redskins?
So
Raiders?
I've been a lot of places. I coached Pop Warner for, I'd say, 20 plus years.
Dang.
I've been I started off with the Raiders, went to the Falcons. From the Falcons, I went to the 49ers. From the Niners to the Broncos to the Jags, because the Jags were rebirthed by us, by a group that I put together.
So you created a team too then? Like you brought it back together? Or?
So the Jags was like the laughing stock of Tucson youth football.
I was on the Steelers.
Okay.
And that was the one team I saw that and I'm like, we might win.
Yeah. So, you had the Jags on the schedule, man. It was like we didn't even have to practice that week. So what ends up happening is,
unless you're the Steelers.
Right. What ends up happening is Julius Hope, who was the president at the time, knew that I wasn't doing anything, and I kind of was always wanting to kind of do my own thing or do something where we could actually run an organization. So the Jags president was getting ready to fold. The whole organization was getting ready to fold. So there was myself and Brandon Sanders and Jason Hawkins and Jeff Smith at the time. We all sat down. Julius sat us down and said, hey, if you guys want to take this over, we can make it happen. So we ended up doing that, and the Jags was like no other.
Yeah, so what changes did you make with that? Because it's hard, because if you have not watched Pop Warner, it was ugly. Like, part of me, even my own grandma, I'll tell you this story. My grandma went to go hug two of their players afterwards because how bad she felt. Because a team that was 0-6, last game of the year, beat a team by like 50 that's now 0-7.
Right. So the biggest thing with that, man, was just changing the culture. Just like everybody used to say, the Jags were the laughing stock. So all of us we had all been successful where we came from. So it was a matter of us just creating that new culture, creating, a reason, an environment for people to start to believe. And, we had a good group of people. We had great business managers. We had treasurers. I mean, the whole team that we put together as far as the organization was it was all-star caliber. So we all had come from winning.
Yeah.
And so a lot of kids followed us, that we had been in touch with over the years. And like I said, man, we hit the ground running. I mean, the first year, I think 2 of our teams made it to the city championship.
The Jaguars. I'm a baseball guy. I'm not when I left football, I didn't think that was even possible.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, we made it to the city championship. Then the following year, all our tackle teams not only made it to the city championship, but won the city championship. So we called it Jag Day. So that was very different. Yeah.
When you do something like that, and I've done it before, like when I was a coach at Marana, like how you said, I've had great coaches all my life, how they show, like how Bobby calls it, it's a script.
Right.
Stick to the script. It works.
Right.
When I went and showed my script, the community was just like, where are you coming from? You're different.
Right.
Did you ever have that problem when you're with the Jaguars community, changing things up? Because sometimes people are so used to one thing and only one thing.
No, because again, we brought in everybody we were kind of familiar with. So when you coach as long as I have, you develop a lot of relationships with guys over the years. And from our flag all the way up to the 14U, it was kind of, each coach at each level was somebody that we were very familiar with. Yeah. And I think that's the important thing to create something that's going to be successful. You got to be in the mix with the right people. Everybody that's willing to not only look out for themselves or their team, but our whole concept was we're a Jag family. And this is how we do things. We look out for one another, and everybody bought in, man. Everybody bought in.
It's key. You got to build your community.
Yeah.
If you have everyone trusting in what you're doing,
yeah,
it's a power team at that point.
Right. Yeah. We did community service events. Try to teach the kids that it's not just about playing the game, but it's also about what you do off the field. Helping people that are lacking. Throughout our own community here in Tucson. So we truly were and developed the Jag family.
Yeah, and that's all Little League, Pop Warner, Jiu-Jitsu for young kids. The main purpose is to help be a part of these kids' journey to make sure they live a good life. They stay on track.
Right.
And again, that all goes back to community.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that happens. So what happens after the Jaguars?
So after the Jaguars, I coached high school also a little bit during that time. I coached South Point 4 years, and then I coached a year at Choya and a year at Pueblo.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Sanders or?
Yeah.
Okay, so I must have been on the field with you because my dad's actually Augie Romero.
Oh, okay.
So so that's one thing.
I thought you looked familiar. Last time
more like Edgar or more like Augie? Because that's a debate in our family. Do I look more like Edgar or more like Augie?
I say Edgar.
Edgar, thank you. That means actually. Sorry, Dad. Yeah. So I want to go into that because Sanders took a team that had not much success into a playoff run, that 7-3 run.
Right.
Talk a little bit about things you learned from him changing a program like that.
So my first and only year there was the playoff year.
Okay. That's when they had Frankie making all those crazy catches.
Yeah, we had Justin as the quarterback.
Yep.
So, Brandon has always been a guy that he's another one that just loves football. Right. Yeah. So, he's into every aspect of the team, offensively, defensively, he's hands-on and everything. So, with him having the success that he's had in his football career, playing collegiate, playing in the NFL, just the thing I really liked about Brandon was he was a coach that didn't mind doing the things that most coaches don't want to do. In terms of, we get to practice one day, we walk in and Brandon's sweeping the floor. He's mopping the locker room. Just doing stuff that most head coaches just ain't gonna do. But Brandon, I learned a lot from Brandon. It was a good experience. Him and Coach Snead.
Yeah, that
Coach
was
Miggs.
Coach. Oh, I love Mickey, bro. So I went back. So we did some high school sports with them last year with my old group.
Yeah.
And I saw Miggy, and I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, what's up, Miggs? He gave me that look like, who the fuck you? Like, it's me, bro.
Yeah, he's the athletic director now.
Yeah,
over there,
no,
yeah.
that's awesome seeing
Yeah.
everything he's done now.
Yeah.
I got to get him on show too.
Yeah, yeah.
But so that happens. And now during this time, man, when does the relationship with Bobby come in?
So he had a birthday party, his 7th birthday party. And Bobby is close friends with my stepson. And so at his party, Bobby happened to be there. And
you never met Bobby before
never
that?
met Bobby in my life, no. So, I'm much older than these guys. So he's having a conversation with my stepson, and I'm kind of ear hustling, and I hear them talking about training and stuff like that. And I knew he was into sports, and I was looking for somebody even at that young age to, just help him develop and get better. My job as a parent is to put him in the best situations to improve his skill set. So Bobby was talking about training, and I was looking for training, so it was a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So what was that? So what did he tell you to make you really just agree to do? Because at this time, I'm thinking they're still at Reed Park doing stuff, right?
Who was that?
Bobby. Like Jet's not even. They're not even.
I don't even think Bobby was doing anything with anybody. He was just talking as if he wanted to start something like
Yeah.
this.
Oh.
So I said, "Hey man, I'm hearing y'all talk. Here's my son. If you want to work with him, just see what you can do. Let's do it." He was like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's make it happen." And he drove all the way out to Sahuarita.
Oh shoot.
Yep. And they went to the park, and the rest is history. I mean,
and this is a perfect segue to go to you, brother. So you're 7 or 8 at this point.
I was 7 years old.
Okay, what was that conversation like? Your dad saying, "Hey, some random dude's gonna be training you now."
I mean, before that time, me and my dad would kind of go to the park every now and then and do some stuff on our own. So when he was like, "Hey, like I got somebody that's, y'all gonna go to the park, y'all gonna do some drills and stuff, get you right for football," I was like, "Okay, yes sir." I trusted in him, and Bobby. That was during the summer, so I would be home doing nothing, and then my dad would call. So my sister was home at the time. I would always remember. My sister would come in my room, wake me up at like 8:00. "Hey, Dad said you better be ready. You better not have him waiting. He's gonna come pick you up. You guys are gonna go to the park. You better be up." I was like, I would always be tired. I was so hyped back then because no one was like doing like training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like I'm watching all these like NFL guys on TV doing all this training and stuff. So I'm picturing like I'm one of them, right? So I get a speaker in my room when I'm getting ready and I'm playing music like I get like I'm somebody. So it was just a fun time. It was really good for me.
What were those first couple workouts like though? Like, did he do anything? They're like, "What the heck is this? Like, why are we?" Like, just take us through. What was the first Bobby Jet workout ever like, if you can remember?
Man, the first Bobby Jet workout. It was at the park. It was hot. I know it was really, really hot. Like, it was crazy hot, like at least 100 degrees. And then I remember one thing about Jet that, like nothing else could compare to is their warm-up. I would say their warm-up is like you just hop straight into it.
Yeah.
Like, when I do the Jet warm-up, I've never like got out a warm-up and breathed harder in my life. Like that
The
warm-up
warm-up's
is
like someone else's workout sometimes, man.
crazy. And so I just remember like I'm getting done with the warm-up, and then it was like after I did like some inchworms, which are like push-ups, and then you inch up, push up, like, and I'm like, "This the warm-up?" Like he's like, "All right, get some water real quick." I'm like dang, like I've never been through nothing like this.
Yep.
And then we did like a couple drills, just working on footwork. And I was dead tired. Like I was asleep. Like the park was only like maybe 5 minutes from my house. I'm asleep that whole 5 minutes we driving back. Like and then I fall asleep when I get back in the house. Like I'm dead. And so I just remember like my dad coming home, "Oh, how was the workout? Man, I was just like, man, it's hard, but shoot, like this is what I want to do. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Like I loved it. It turned into, like I really like doing this. Like even though it's hard, like I really like doing this.
Yeah. So how many times were you guys working out a week? What was the schedule like when you first started?
I think it was 2 or 3 times. Yeah, two like probably like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think so.
And were you doing football during this time, or what were you doing as a sport?
No, this was before the football season. So this was in the summer. We started football in like probably like August. Yeah, this was going into my 8U season.
How did that 8U season? What was the result of the 8U season, and did you feel the difference between those workouts?
Man, the AU season, it was a movie.
Let's hear that movie.
Yeah. For it to be my first time ever playing tackle football, I mean, I did pretty well. Yeah, I mean, he was the coach. He was the coach on that team.
Yeah, Jaguars, right?
Yeah, this was the Niners.
Niners. Okay, that's a nightmare from them playing on the Steelers.
Yeah, but yeah, we ended up winning the city championship that year. Yeah, that year went really good. I had like 4 touchdowns in the city championship game. I went crazy. Yeah, that year was crazy. I was the quarterback.
Oh, you're the quarterback?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Were people asking you like what you were doing with Bobby? Did anyone even know that stuff was going on yet?
I feel like people were like seeing like how good I was doing, and they were like, "Whoa, like how is this like they were asking him like what is he doing? You know, like what are you guys doing on your off time? Like how is he like doing this? Like?" And so my dad was just telling him, you know, we get this training, and there was a couple of my teammates in particular that were just like, hey, like talking to him, like can we, you know, get this type of training that you're getting? And you know, we put him on with Bobby, and then like that's how kind of the jet started kind of building up a little bit. So yeah.
That's when you guys were you guys are at Sahuarita Park at that time, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. So you have a great season, but some stuff happens after that.
Mm-hmm.
What goes on after 8U season? Because then you kind of take a break from football a little bit.
Right. So the AU season happens. I get into like, you know, track, and then I'm doing pretty good with that. And then the 9U season starts back up. And then I remember I played the scrimmage. Did pretty good. We played like this team from Phoenix called like the Bandits. That went pretty good. And then it was the Monday, that following Monday, it was like I think it was our first it was that following Monday. And then we were doing, I think it was Oklahoma drill. And then a lineman fell on me wrong way, ended up having a slight tear in my ACL.
Oh shoot!
So that was like really bad. So we getting that handled, and then it was pretty rough for me, you know, having to sit out, and I just came off of a big year, you know, and me being a kid, that's really all I wanted to do was play football, and seeing all my friends could play football, and I'm hurt, you know, it was pretty like dang, like right. So, you know, we started getting into physical therapy, trying to get me back right. Did physical therapy for like 6 months. In conjunction with Jet, you know, just trying to get back into it. And then the 10U year. Started off with track. Or I was doing pretty well in track too. That's the year I won the junior Olympics.
Oh dang.
Yeah, so I was doing pretty good in track. I was, you know, pretty prepared for that coming into that 10U season. And then we decided to leave the 49ers and go to the Broncos. So we went over there, and then the first day in pads, right? I'm going through the drills, we're hitting a little bit. I'm feeling good, but like all of a sudden I just kind of like started getting like lightheaded and like just dizzy. Like I didn't really know what was going on, and my breathing started getting heavy. And then the next thing you know, I wake up like just like in the hospital, right?
Oh shoot!
And
Passed out.
Yeah, passed out, right? So I'm really like, I'm weak. I don't really know what's going on. All my mom and my dad are there, you know, and so it becomes this thing where, you know, we got out and the doctors couldn't really tell us what it was. And then it started happening quite frequently, these passing out, these episodes, right? And so it got to a point, it was bad, you know. It got to a point where going to school, I was having like episodes at school where I would just pass out.
Yeah.
In front of the class, like literally, like I'll be just in class, and I was in like 5th grade at the time, 5th grade, and so it would just get so bad to the point where I would have to have my mom or my dad be at school and be just in case, like if something were to happen, you know, like I was passing out probably almost every day, and so it was a pretty scary time for my family because I had never been through anything like that before, and then what made it worse is the doctors really couldn't tell us what was going on, right? We got a lot of, like, mixed diagnoses.
Yeah. So they were telling you different things, like crazy or...
Different crazy things.
How many times were you having to go to the doctors just to get tested?
We
spent a lot of time hospitalized, you know, during different periods of time. We were in there a week. We were in there close to 2 weeks. You know, just
shit.
a lot went
Yeah.
on with that.
And I want to go to you real quick because this is a deeper question. Because
Yeah.
a dad and a son, the bond is unbreakable for most point.
Right.
But no one ever talks about how hard it is for the dad seeing their son get hurt, not being able to play a sport they love. What was going through your head during this time, and what's your advice for a father going through a similar situation?
So before I answer that, I'm gonna back up a little bit. So his 10U year, you know, actually the occurrences started happening during track season. So we were at track practice one day, and he just passed out on the track, and they called it paramedics, and you know they took him in, and at that time they kind of said it was due to dehydration.
Yeah, heat stroke or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believe that because drinking water for him was like, you know, me eating hot food. You know, he don't
Too much soda or something?
he just, you know, I got to shove water down his throat. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably it. You know, me and my wife were like, yeah, that's probably right. So we go and, you know, we accept the dehydration, and then it happened a couple more times where, he would just fall out. So during the football season is when it really started to, you know, escalate, you know, to the point like, what's going on? You know, so we go to the doctor, and the final diagnosis at that time was they determined that he had epilepsy. So at that point, we're like, okay, well, what does that mean? You know, let's get educated.
Yeah,
on
what is epilepsy? That way the community knows. Cause
where they, you know, you're prone to seizures and things like that, and it's mainly you know, seizure involved. Where so we had to, you know, adjust some things, and he was playing with Tucson Turf and all these teams, you know, at that time, and it's funny because when he got this diagnosis, I think you guys were having a tournament in Oregon or something, like in 2 weeks after that, and we were kind of downplaying, you know, the seriousness of it. So I think I was talking to Toby while he was in the hospital, as if, you know, he gonna be able to go in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So during that time, man, it just they started treating him for the epilepsy, but so they got him on medicine and all that stuff, and it just wasn't getting any better. And so we're spending a lot of time in and out of the hospital, and come to find out he didn't have epilepsy, right?
oh, shoot.
So
How many years or what was the how many years or weeks or months did they take to finally figure out it wasn't epilepsy?
I would say probably after about 2 to 3 weeks, we determined that it wasn't epilepsy.
Okay, that's best case
After
scenario.
being in the hospital, yeah. And so the occurrences, or the episodes as we call them, were still happening, you know, on a regular basis. So it's like, okay, well, if it's not that, what is it? You know, so he's, you know, dealing with this. We're dealing with this. We don't know what it is. So he even tried to suit up for. I remember he tried to suit up for the scrimmage game. You know, after getting out the hospital, the first couple times, I remember this really, really clearly. He was running I think it was a reverse, and you know, when he got the reverse, he was coming around and heading up the sideline, and you know, RJ, when he gets in open space, it's lights out, right?
GG, game over.
Yeah, so he ends up getting actually ran down, and you know, I know my son, so I don't think anybody else really paid that any mind, but I was like, something ain't right. So he ends up passing out at that scrimmage.
Oh, shoot.
So we go to the hospital again, and you know, it's this whole big ordeal. But as a dad, to answer your question, you know, anytime your family or anybody in your family is hurting or whatever, we fix it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's that simple. But this particular situation, nobody knew what it was. It wasn't something that I could just go to the phone booth and put my Superman cape on and say, hey son, you good, and let's go.
Yeah.
So for my wife and I, man, it was, I mean, this is the first time we really actually talked about this publicly. So
I appreciate you doing it, brother.
yeah. And so it's so deep and involved, and certain people got to see, some stuff that, I mean, really the story, man, if you had to kind of see it to believe it, it was some demonic activity going on. There was a lot of spiritual warfare, because RJ was a different type of kid. Growing up, he was a lover. He was a kid that just, I mean, he attracted anybody that he met, adults, kids. He was just a person that just loved people.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that we went over to the Broncos from the 49ers. Well, in that process, the Broncos and 49ers were rivals. They couldn't stand each other, right? So he has a birthday party at 10 years old, and this is when we're transitioning from the Niners to the Broncos. So all these Niner kids and their parents come to the party. All the Bronco kids and their parents come to the party.
Oh, shoot.
So we got all these people together that really don't like each other, that have this rivalry. And the theme for his birthday that year, he chose this theme, was Jesus, right? So what does Jesus do? Jesus brings people together.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking in the pool, and I'm seeing all these Bronco kids and all these all these 49er kids swimming together and playing together. These same kids that was going at each other's throat, and then the parents. I'm looking at all the different conversations, and I'm like, wow, this is like Jesus. This is what he does.
Yeah.
So shortly after that is when all this started happening. It was right after. It wasn't even a month after that party. So the devil was busy, and I say this humbly. This guy has an anointing on his life. He's a different type of kid. Everything he did growing up, he was good at it. Whether it be acting, whether it be dancing, whether it be baseball, whether it be track. His first sport was soccer. Everything he touched, he put his hand in it, and so I believe that the devil understands the greatness that's upon him.
Yeah.
And God allowed him to test him, test us.
You've heard the story of Job before, right?
Yes, absolutely. It was exactly like that.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that. I mean, man,
I've had some stuff in my life where you talk about that. That's why I know the story of Job. Like, because I was like, let's test this dude out.
Yeah.
So that when you said that, that's the first thing I started thinking about.
Absolutely.
Because God, and there's like a two-way battle going on always. And God sometimes put his strongest warriors through the strongest battles.
There you go. And I think it was something in it for my wife and I also, because it helped us understand who God really is. Yeah. It helped us understand that.
Were you spiritual during this time?
Absolutely. I mean, I've always, been involved in the church.
Yeah.
So yeah, they grew up in church, all my kids. And
FCA at all? Were you ever a part of FCA?
I don't believe so.
That's the football Christian Academy or
Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We have that camp every year in Flagstaff.
Yeah, you did that when you were younger.
Oh, okay.
You did that, bro?
Yeah.
Me too, man. I love that. I always tell everyone that's the most physical and mental exhausting you'll ever go through because you practice 2 days.
Right.
And just the warship takes you through another level.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was, and what's crazy, man, is when he didn't play after his 8U season, he tore his knee up in the 9U, and then all this happened in 10U. The word on the street, was kind of, he was soft. He wasn't really real. The city kind of forgot about him. And he never stopped believing, man. Through all those years, he was taking a lot of medication, but I never stopped coaching. When he went through all this for that 5 years or so, I never stopped coaching. He wouldn't let me stop. I was ready to stop when all this happened. And he was like, Dad, no, just keep doing what you're doing. He said, can I help you? So I remained coaching, and then guess what I did? I brought him on as part of the staff. So he was like my assistant. So he was still involved in the game, but he just couldn't play the game. So he turned into this little chunky kid. People used to clown him, and we used to come to some of the games, and he used to pass out at the games watching, people play. And then I remember one time you passed out at Pueblo, and then I don't know if you remember this, but after you came, you didn't want to leave. You wanted to see Jackson play for the Steelers. Remember Noah Bonier's brother, Jackson? So they were playing in the playoffs or championship, and he wanted to see that. So I parked the car right by the fence over there on the visitor side where he could look out the window and still see. But yeah, man, he worked his butt off. So my last year of coaching the Jags, he was gonna try to come back out and play, getting ready for high school.
Yeah.
So he came out at the beginning when we started like March or so, and physically I could tell that it just wasn't.
So before we go into that, what exactly was it, or what ends up happening with the doctors to the point where he can come back?
So it ends up being a final diagnosis of severe anxiety. Okay, that was the end all be all. So he's on this medicine. He's going to see this psychologist. I think it was like twice a month or something like that. We got him horse therapy. Okay.
With tracker?
No, we what's that? Yeah, yeah. And so he was doing that, and that really helped him, and it helped educate us on how horse therapy can work. I don't know. I had never heard of it.
Yeah. And
horses can really read what you're thinking, and they can really sense what you're thinking, and now he becomes a cowboy, right? Remember I told you everything he does, he becomes this.
You
cowboy.
do some rodeo races, dude? Bobby. So Bobby probably was like, "Heck yeah, I got him in jet and I got him the rodeo."
Yeah, we was at Bobby's rodeos.
Yeah.
We would come like to always like shows and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm buying cowboy boots and hats, and he's a cowboy, So
you still do it at all?
A little bit, not so much no more.
Coaches that are recruiting, he doesn't do it anymore. He's good. He's safe.
I lost my train of thought. Where were we?
So you're talking about the track therapy and just his the doctor's okaying him to go back to sports.
So I want to say like right after the so my last Jag year, he realized that he wasn't right, and he told me, "Dad, I can't do it this year." And I said, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I can't do it." He said, "But what I want to do, I want to train with Bobby for a year so I can get ready for high school."
Yeah.
So.
And you're in 8th grade during this time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was on the medication, and then I as he began to work out and get himself back, he weaned himself off the medicine. These psychologists that we were going to kind of cleared him to play, and he got off the medicine completely, and that was, the rest was downhill, man. He trained with Bobby. He played with their.
We'll say uphill, not downhill. Uphill.
Uphill, yeah. He trained with Bobby. He started playing with the Jet 7-on-7, and he's starting to get his shape back, and he lost all his weight, and I think he got his confidence back in the sevens, and so he was effective out there, and then. And he, put the pads on again for the first time in 5 years, his freshman season. And he was the kickoff return guy in the very first game. And he's the only guy in the backfield.
Yeah.
This is freshman year. So he ain't touched the football and tackle 5 years. And now he's getting ready to receive the opening kickoff against Catalina Foothills up there.
Was this a freshman varsity?
This freshman year.
Freshman
year.
Or was the team, was it freshman, JV, or varsity?
It was freshman, sophomore.
Okay, I got you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so he received the kick. I'm sitting up there like a parent. He talking about being nervous, man, because it's been so long. And so I was worried, man, is he going to be able to handle the contact, And he 85-yard kick return, man. His
Oh, man.
very first touch.
That's a Jesus moment.
That's
man.
a Jesus moment,
Because
man.
there's been, I mean, in my times, in my life, in my sports, like, I mean, I blew out my shoulder. I've had 7 surgeries,
Yeah.
brother, so I know how it feels to feel like you're back, then get hit with another thing.
Yeah.
But there's just those moments where something crazy happens, and you're just like, all right, you're there for us right now.
Yeah, and that season was special. You know, we have this. We called him RJ3 when he was growing up. That's this logo here. He had that ever since he was.
Oh man, you got your own logo, man. That's awesome.
So RJ3 was back, man, and he's been doing it ever since. Last year, his first varsity season, he doesn't start the game. Going into last year, he was actually the number 4 receiver in his position, right?
Yeah.
So he's not used to that. So he had to battle, you know, to get on the field. So against Marana, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th possession of the game, and he's on the sideline, and I could see him just, you know, like, coach, put me in. Like, so they throw him in on 3rd, and I think it was 14 or 15. Very first touch. 65-yard pass to the house.
I got a video of that, by the way. I got a video. I was there covering that game.
Yep. So another one of those God moments, man. And so now, you know, I'm looking up and I'm like, okay, Lord, you starting something, man, because he first touch on freshman, first touch on sophomore. So let's see what happens in this junior season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to go to you, brother, and I want to get your inside view because, man, like I said, I can relate. Nowhere close to what you were at with what you had going on, but I can relate just feeling like I'm back. Crap, I got to go again. I'm back. I got to go back and rehab again. What was really going through your mind during that time? And at any point, and I want you to be honest, because I'll be honest, when I blew out my shoulder, I was thinking I'm done.
Yeah.
At any point, did you really think, man, my football dreams might be over?
Man, to be honest, when all that, the passing out and stuff happened, I really didn't even know, to be honest, what was going on. I won't even lie to you, like, because it would just be like, if I would pass out, it would just be like, oh, I fall asleep here and then I wake up here. Yeah. And this stuff, these episodes are happening every day, so it's like I'm constantly going through that, right? So, you know, that whole really chapter in my life is kind of blurry, but all I remember is kind of, you know, from playing football and having so much fun playing football and then not being able to play football. And then it's like I kind of lost, you know, connections with, like, my friends and stuff, you know, being out of school.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of was left out in a sense of some things. I didn't get to do a lot of things that, you know, probably like the normal kid would. And so that was kind of tough for me to know that I'm missing out on certain things. But that's when I kind of had to mature at a younger age and just realize that, you know, God has a higher calling for me. And I'm supposed to, not why am I going through this, but more I'm supposed to go through this, right? Yeah. So I kind of just had to understand that, really take that in, and embrace it, really. And so, yeah.
So you get through that. Tell us about that year with Bobby and really what went into that decision. Like, hey, I might be all right to play, but I know I need to sit back one more year and train.
Yeah, so it was like one night particularly after Jack practice, like I knew, like, I'm just not feeling right. I'm just not in the best shape to you know, do this. And like, so like I'm the type of person where it's like I don't want to do something if I'm not in the position. Like I don't want to do something if I know I can't give my all.
Just making sure you're prepared and you can give that 120.
Right. And so I kind of, after that night, I remember we were driving home. I had to talk to my dad. I'm like, I can't do this right now. I can't do this year. But, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my butt off, take this whole year off, work my butt off, get myself right to be in the position where I can perform at the level that I want to. And you know, we're going to do this thing. And so, you know, that really brought me and Bobby. Me and Bobby were already close, but like that really brought me and Bobby like just like this. And so, you know, that whole year, just training with him almost every day after school, and then on the weekends going up to Phoenix, playing in the red zone tournaments, the 7-on-7 tournaments with the AZ Jets. You know, going to San Diego. You know, going to San Diego, going to Phoenix. We went to Cali a couple times. And so, you know, I'm getting back in the groove.
Yeah.
But also, like, Bobby's, like, right there with me because he knows out of everybody in that situation, like, what I've been through.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was, like, he was there for me, for real.
Did it take a while just to feel back to normal at that point? Or did you even during the 7-on-7s, did you feel like you had something like how it was before?
You know, yeah, definitely. When I first started, like, getting back into it, there was a lot of people that was better than me. Like, when I was young, you know, 8 years old, like, I was just used to, you know, just running past everybody.
Yeah.
And
Being the top dog.
right. But when I came back, it was like, okay, I've been out. Everybody else has been, you know, putting in work. Everybody else has been playing. So when I came back, it was kind of like I kind of got a rude awakening quick. Like, there was a lot of people that were better than me, a lot of people that were way more athletic than me, faster than me, stronger than me, this, that. And so I kind of had a choice. Like, I kind of had to make a choice where like, I'm gonna just, like, fold and just, like, oh my gosh, like, I can't do this. I'm gonna just quit altogether. I'm gonna work. Like, I'm regardless of how much more football you've played than me, I'm gonna show you, like, that I can get myself right and catch up to you and pass you, like. And so that was, like, a really big decision in my life. That, I mean, I'm just looking myself in the mirror, like, I could do this and I'm gonna do this. And so yeah.
So, yeah, so 7-on-7 happens. What went into decision choosing South Point for high school? I'm a little hurt that you didn't choose Houston High, bro. I'm a Badger. They could use you, bro.
You know, South Point. I've grown up around South Point. You know, he was coaching there when I was like 3 up until when I was like 6 or 7. So yeah, I grew up around South Point. Bijan, Lathan. You know, he's like a cousin to me, and he's really close with his dad. So Lathan played at South Point. Bijan played at South Point. And so, you know, just looking at those guys, you know, like, when they were at South Point, like, any kid my age or around my age, like, when they were playing at South Point, everybody knew, like, who Bijan and Lathan was. So, like, they had a big influence on me.
Yeah.
And, like, it was like going to their games, going to those South Point games on Fridays was like going to, like, an NFL game. And then, like, yeah, so they had a really big influence on me. And I always knew from a young age, you know, my sister went to South Point, so yeah, Cam Denson, he was a really good South Point football player. We're really close with him and his family. So, you know, South Point has just always kind of been in the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get into your freshman year, man.
Mm-hmm.
What was that first game like? Suiting up, getting ready to crack people again for the first time. We had your dad's point of view for it. What was your point of view? Seeing that ball coming in, they're like, oh, shoot,
Man.
first game. Hey, they're throwing me in the Wolves right away.
Man, like, to start off, like, okay, so waking up, like, it's game day. I'm nervous. My mom dropped me off at school. I'm nervous. We're talking about, like, just how, like, it's going to go.
What did your dad tell you that morning, though?
Man, he called me he's already at work. He called me. He called my mom, told my mom to put it on speaker or in the car. He's over here, like, trying to give me, like, a little motivational speech. Like, man, you ready? Like it's go time. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm ready. I was nervous. Like, I was crazy nervous. Like, I've never been that nervous in my life. But yeah, it was just like it was a crazy feeling. And then, like, I couldn't even get work done that day, like, at school. Like, I was going through school just thinking about, like, the game. And then I remember we got dismissed early, and then I was supposed to have these new cleats that were, like, getting shipped. And I really wanted to wear them cleats, right? And then it was like, if I didn't wear them cleats, I was going to have to wear these, like, dirty cleats, right, that I really didn't want to wear.
Yeah.
And so,
No one realizes what kind of, like, little thing like that can mess with an athlete.
Right?
You're like, oh, I might not run as fast.
Right? And so I'm like, hey, Dad, like, I think I had him go back to the house, or him and my mom go back to the house to see if the cleats got delivered. And it was, like, 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
And I think I had one of them go back to see if, like, the cleats were delivered, and they weren't delivered. And my dad was like, hey, man, like, look, the cleats aren't here, but, like, it's, like, it don't matter.
Just strap it on, let's go.
And I'm on the phone, like, I'm hot, right? That, like, kind of messed me up, right? So I'm like, man, I don't even got my new cleats, like, bro. And so, oh, man, to be honest, that kickoff, like, I blacked out. Like, all the big plays I've ever made, like, I black out. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you, like, oh, yeah, I read this whole, like, I was thinking this, like, I black out. Like, I don't even know. Like, I just, like, literally, like I'll catch the ball, and next thing you know, I'm in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally how it is for me. It's crazy. So, I just remember I'm running, I'm scoring. I scored, and then I run past one of my old coaches, Coach Jason. Shout out to Coach Jason. I run past him. He's like, yeah, RJ, because, that's somebody that's been with me for a minute. He kind of knows my story, and so that was like a cool little moment that I got to share with him. That was pretty cool. And then I just hear my dad and my mom screaming at the top of their lungs from the stands.
You can hear him all the way from there?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going crazier, you or your dad or your mom?
Well, I'm kind of. She was definitely. I mean, I was
don't know,
going
man, because you
crazy.
said you loved energy when at Jet Day last
I was
week.
going crazy, but I was trying to just take in the moment, man, and just really honor God, but she was crying, and I mean everybody in the stands, man, were just so happy for him and knowing what he went through. That was a good time.
Yeah.
But I would say the person that's loudest the most in my family is not okay. I feel like he if you ask him, he's gonna be like, man, I'm nonchalant, man. You supposed to do this, man. Like
I don't know, because he said he goes with energy in Jet, man.
Like he'll be like, man, I was just chill. I was high-fiving everybody. Yo, asked my mom. She was crying, all hysterical, right? But my sister Sade, my older sister, she in every like youth video that she's took in, every like video, like even now, like you can always hear her like, go, like crazy. Like that's like she really goes to like a different place. Like so that's
sister's love like no other, man.
Yeah.
2 months ago I had my first jiu-jitsu match in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always known my mom as being the loudest one.
Yeah.
Now I watched the video and it sounds like my sister's getting attacked or something because how loud it is.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Shout out little sister Thalisa.
Yeah. Shout out Sade. Yeah.
So that happens. You have this good freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like about your story, and I hope this doesn't sound bad, you get knocked down again, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you make varsity, but you're the fourth string.
Yeah.
What was going through your head during that time? Because, hey, man, I know for me, when I got told, hey, you're a role player,
Yeah.
I was like, you mother effer.
Yeah. No, definitely. It was kind of a similar feeling to that for sure. Going into that season, I knew I had a lot to prove because, like freshmen and sophomores, underclassmen didn't really get a lot of respect.
Yeah.
At South Point.
Did you have certain people doubting you, like saying, "Oh, you just did that at JV level"?
Oh yeah, like crazy. But I never really. My dad always told me like you never really pay attention to any of that stuff. Like, regardless if somebody's telling you like you're doing good or doing bad, you never really pay attention. You never really get too high on yourself, or you never really get too low.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just maintained that perspective. And so there's been plenty of like haters and people that said like, oh bro, like you just like you did it at freshman level, like bro, like you can't eat, like just crazy haters. But going into that varsity year, my first varsity year, there was a lot of players that were already established, a lot of returners that were already established on that team, and I just remember like a lot of those guys, kind of saying, bro, like you're not gonna play this year. Like just wait till your junior year and senior year, like we did. Like you not like just take a back seat, right?
Oh.
And so I'm like looking at like bro,
like bring it, let's go.
Come on, right? And so I'm like, bet, like I'm gonna show y'all. And so, that summer ball, spring ball, I'm trying to do everything I can and prove myself, making big plays in practice. Yelling at players, yelling at coaches just to, try to prove a point, right?
Yeah.
And so going in to that so probably a week before the game, which was our scrimmage, it was the first day of pads. It was first day of full pads. We were doing this like light contact drill. And I just get hit wrong, a knee to like my it was like a knee to my
quad
thigh. And so I go down. And then, like, the coaches are like, really? Like, are you serious? And going into that season, it was already, like, physically, can he handle it? Like, because I was undersized. So, like, it was, like, physically, like, can he handle it? That was the question. And so, like, first day of pads, you go down, and it's, like, it's a little light contact drill. The coaches was like, bro, like, he's not ready, right?
We are Jet Sports Training, where our mission is to cultivate champions. This is where athletes come to get faster, and everyday people come to change their lives. This is not a gym, but a community. Come get jetted.
Fit 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lot of y'all doubted on me. Now they like, wow, look how far you got. Legendary like all my idols. Coming for it all, and I can't wait. Success just called, and I got me a date. So I grabbed my ambitions, and I'm on my way. Cross the wrong line, and it's bad news. Might get burned like a candle. We too hot to handle. World at my feet like a sandal. I only move when I play to your moves to get canceled.
Hey guys, I gotta tell you about one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu places out there, Nogales Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Make sure you go check them out if you're down in Nogales and say what's up to my homie Andy Behrens.
If you're tired of feeling like a rusty tin can, call Mueveflex today. We will have you saying hello, sunshine, to your newfound flexibility. Let's get moving and grooving. Call 377-2225 and we'll get you on our schedule with Mueveflex Assisted Stretch Therapy.
Right? And so I'm like, dang, right? So going into that first game, I'm fourth string H. Like they have the starting H that was a returning starter, another senior, and then he was a starting corner for us. He was the starting corner for us, and he was ahead of me on offense, right? So I'm going in there with a big chip on my shoulder, and so.
And the Marana game, that's the first game of the year, right?
First game of the year, a lot of animosity between me and Marana, or us and Marana. Yeah. And so, a few drives pass by, the game starts. I'm not getting in, and I'm taking it pretty hard. Like I'm just super anxious. I just want to get in the game and just show them what I could do, right? Yeah. And so, the opportunity presented itself. They put me in a little sticky situation. Being third and long. But I was ready, so it really was like let's go, like this is what I've been waiting for, and the rest is history. Caught that first pass coming across the middle and took it to the house, and yeah, the rest is history for real.
Yeah, and off to an amazing sophomore year, man. Kind of talk about some more of the highlights you had, because I think I'm right. You're a 3-star athlete at this point, right?
Yep.
From hearing your story from the beginning to see right now, man.
Right.
That's so incredible.
Crazy.
Yeah. So. Talk a little bit more. Let's do this. Top 2 favorite plays of the year from last year, other than the kickoff return.
Okay. Top 2 play. Okay. Okay. So the Marana was cool. Marana first cut. That's always gonna be number one probably.
And I also think it's so crazy that we got that on tape.
Yeah.
So I used to be a part of another place, and we would do high school sports and we would just take videos, highlights, and I remember that play exactly. So.
Yeah.
It was the play of the night.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. That moment was crazy. Let me share that. So. Even though we lose the game, I did pretty well. So, and that was my first ever game, and we had a lot of family in town, like my sister's family, my dad's family, like a whole bunch of family was in town. Yeah. And so, we go back to the house, and I think it was one of my mom's friends called her and was like, "Hey, RJ was just on the news, just had his football, did he have a game tonight? He was just on the news." And then we were like, "What?" And then my dad was like, "Turn on the TV," and then I remember we couldn't figure it out, and my dad was getting irritated. He was like, "Man, find the play, man, come on, what are y'all doing? Just calm down." And one thing about my dad, a funny thing, a fun fact, when he tells you to calm down, he's really panicking. He's really panicking. my Duke's right there. She'll vouch for that. When he's like, "Man, calm down," he'll be yelling at you for real. So
it means calm down, but I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And so, we got to play on, and that was just a crazy moment. we did like a handshake watching the play on the TV.
Yeah.
I remember like we all went to bed. It was like 1:00, and then I come back in the kitchen, and then he's still watching the play. And
How
then, like,
many times did you watch that?
Man,
Don't lie.
A lot. I'm not
lot.
gonna even lie. I just, a lot. Yeah. I was a proud dad.
Yeah, so
Proud dad.
I want to go to you with this one more time. So, my parents even talk about this time. There's certain moments where you feel like, all right, the hard work's paying off. Everything with the ups and downs are paying off.
Right.
Was that one of those moments, and what was your feeling when you finally just saw, like, from the kid that was passing out to now being on the news making crazy plays?
Man, I was just very happy for him. I know full-fledged the journey. That he was on. I know the work that he put in, and I know, the haters were there, and just all these obstacles. Then you in the back of your mind, you're like, man, is the enemy gonna attack us tonight? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and to see him, get that one opportunity, and then to just make it look natural. Again, it was just one of them things where I mean, all my elation was just for him, and for my wife. Because I want her to be able to enjoy his success. When I teach him, you always want to, take care of mama, man, make mama proud. So
Yeah.
I was very just happy for him. It was his moment. The whole family was going crazy, and yeah, I watched that probably about 30 times. I still watch it.
Yeah.
So that was, just make sure that was your first time ever on the news for that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. But you said, okay, top 2 plays.
Yeah, let's hear it. Top 2 plays.
I would say, okay, we played Brophy for the region championship, and a little background on South Point's never won a region championship before, especially in 6A. And so, that was a big game. Brophy was, I think they were number 2 or 3 in the state. So they were a good team. Everybody we were the underdogs in that game for sure. And it was a home game. So I think it was our homecoming too.
Oh, that must have been crazy over there.
And so going into that game, I think I had scored. I caught a touchdown in like the first or second quarter. And then overall we started off like strong. Like we was up probably like by like 3 touchdowns at halftime, and like their backs were up against the wall for sure. And then after halftime, I think we scored again, and then all of a sudden they started coming back, and like it was like 30 to.
You were up like 2 or 3.
Yeah, we were up like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and then they started coming back, right? So we're just like, what the heck is going on? Like, all of a sudden, momentum is on their side. Like, it's crazy. And so I remember they ended up getting an onside kick, and then when they got the onside kick, they ended up scoring and put it within. It was like 30 to 38. And I remember that. And then so we knew they were gonna kick another onside kick, but like we couldn't. We were having trouble like with our recovering, like with the formation and everything. Like people were like clueless, like acting clueless, right? So I thought like kind of the game was not over, but like I thought we kind of had it, right? Yeah. And I ended up hurting my knee in that game. So towards the end of the game, like I'm like, all right, we got this. Like, coach, like I'm gonna chill out, right? So I don't like hurt nothing. And then I remember like I couldn't even like run for real. Like I could barely walk. It hurt to walk. I was limping.
Yeah.
And then they were like, RJ, like we need you on onside. And so I'm thinking like I'm not even about to get the ball. Like they about to kick an onside kick. So I'm not even in the front. I'm in the back. So like I'll go out here. So I'm jogging out there, hobbling out there, right? And then all of a sudden I see their kicker back up. Like
shoot.
And I'm like, oh shoot, like is that really oh shoot, like oh. And so I back up. They RJ get back. I'm the only one back there. And then this was like 2 minutes to go in the game too. And they got all the momentum. Their sideline is their bleachers hyped, right? Our bleachers quiet as hell. Our sideline quiet as hell. So they kick the ball. I take off left, and like usually I go left. Like every kickoff return I probably had has been to the left. I take off left, cut right, and I just see this crease. Like it literally looked like God parted the Red Sea. Like and I take off. I feel like I never run it that fast in my life. I take off, and then Another cool moment was when I took off. I'm running to the end zone. I'm running past on that Brophy team. Devin Fitzgerald was on that team. Larry Fitzgerald's son.
Yeah.
Donovan McNabb's son was on that team. Zeke Sandu. He's an agent with Clutch. LeBron's like little agency in them. So they were all like sitting. They were all like had chairs sitting right on that sideline, and so I'm running past all them right, and so that was pretty cool. Yeah. And then my brother was on the gate right behind the end zone, and so I just remember running, and then seeing him. He's recording. He's like all hyped, all hyped. My nephew was right there too. I just gave them a hug, gave my nephew a hug. That was a pretty cool moment because we got that on video. That's a pretty cool video, and then I just remember like waving bye. To Brophy. That was pretty cool.
That was the second question I was gonna ask you. What did you do? Did you give him like the little quiet sign or the peace out?
Peace, and I was like waving bye. That was pretty cool. That's probably like one of my favorites. And then another one would be the first round of the playoffs. We played Williamsfield, and in Williamsfield we played them in the playoffs like probably like 3 years straight, and we always beat them. But like this time. We started the game off really bad, like really, really bad. Like we was down probably like 21-0 at halftime, and then I feel like I'm doing all I could do. Right, I'm having a pretty good game up to that point. So like we go in the locker room, and I'm like matter of fact, like coaches, I asked all the coaches like just leave for a minute, like just let us have like a little time. And so I bring everybody together. I'm like, hey, like I give them a little pep talk. Like I'm talking to the seniors mainly, like. All y'all, like, this how y'all want to go out? Like, this how y'all want to go out for real? Like, y'all want to get shut out at home against a team that we really beat up on, like, all the time. And, like, this how y'all want to go out? Like, y'all tell me, like turn up. Like, because at the same, like, they're supposed to be the leaders and stuff, like, and they kind of acting like they don't really want it for real. So I'm like, hey, like, come on, like, turn up, right? And so we come out that halftime. Everybody, the energy's, like, the energy feels like, all right, we about to go get this, right? So we come out. First drive on offense, we throw a pick 6, I think. And then everybody's like, oh, my gosh, like, what's going on? And so one of my teammates, they kick it off to us, and it was like a squib kind of kick. And so it lands, one of my teammates, named Van Burjack, shout out to Van, catches it and takes off. And I think he got to, like, the opposite, like, 30. And so, like, that was a pretty good momentum. Because, like, Van was a role player for us and a guy that, you know, was battling some adversity throughout the season. And for him to, you know, show that dog and it's like, bro, like, I'm not done yet, right? Yeah. Like, we're not done yet. That really gave our team, like, the energy and the edge that we needed. And so next thing you know, we start coming back. And then I think there was, like, a minute left in the game where we have the ball. It's 4th down. It's 4th and, like, 14. We're on like the 40, and there was this play that was called, and it was really the ball was really supposed to go to one of our taller receivers named Morgan. He was really supposed to go to Morgan. It was supposed to be like a post or a deep ball or something. And so I run a dig. He throws it to me. I take off down the sideline, game it, run a touchdown, and I take it all the way in. That was a crazy moment because our backs was up against the wall. We came back.
What was the final score for that?
The final score was like 35-38, I think.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. So it was a.
Did it come down in the last second or?
Oh yeah. So we scored, and I scored, and then we got back on defense, and then it came down to like they made like it was like 4th down, and then we had just sacked them previously, so the momentum was like, yeah, we about to game this, right?
Yeah.
And it was like 4th and like 20, and they just like launched this prayer up, and this dude like caught it one hand on their sideline, and then. It was like 38 seconds left in the game. They called a timeout. So we're like, damn, like they were on like our 30. We were like, damn, like so. And then we ended up that drive. We ended up getting a stop and putting the game away. But that was a crazy game for sure. And that touchdown was probably like that's probably my favorite because it was just a lot of adversity in that game for sure.
Yeah, a lot of up and downs.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, yeah, you have a great year, your sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going into your junior year.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things you made, like adjustments in training, just to prepare you to take off even further than you were last year?
Yeah, for sure. You know, this year, coming into this year, I feel like it's a little different for me. I feel like I feel like I have more to prove, you know, given the summer that I had picking up like the offers and stuff and like the stars and stuff. So I feel like there's a lot of like hype around me, I would say. Like I feel like there's a lot of more eyes on me than usual than last year. You know, like being a kid like that has offers, and it's like, okay, people are automatically gonna come into the game, okay, looking for you, looking for what you're gonna do, because at the end of the day, like the spotlight is automatically on you, and so I feel like I have like a little chip on my shoulder, it's just a lot to prove. So going into this year, like I'm training for, you know, like we're training in the weight room and we're training on the field, but like in the weight room, everybody's like doing the same thing, and it's our strength and conditioning coach, he has to write a workout for everybody, so it's not really like personalized for you. So I feel like with Jet, I've been really training on like the little things, the little things, like just the mechanics, you know, flexibility, plyometrics, and things like that, stuff that, you know, like normal people wouldn't really be working on. And so I feel like, you know, this summer I really got a real eye opening, you know, being around a lot of NFL guys, Eric Armstead, going out to Dallas, watching him train, watching his day. You know, he's waking up at like 8 in the off season. He's waking up at like 8, going to high school, working out, doing on the field training for like 2 hours, goes to the weight room, lifts for like another 2 hours, then does like plyometrics and like all like the little kinky things like I do at Jet for another 2 hours. Eats lunch, comes back, does the same thing over again. He's doing that every day. So, you know, getting all the offers and stuff, it just kind of made me realize, okay, I kind of have to take not only like my skill but my work ethic too, and like my preparation to how I'm doing things and take care of my body. All that stuff has to level up as well. Yeah. And so, you know, like I've been doing like good on like my eating, really like focusing on that. My parents meal prep and we're meal prepping every week, so I have meals and stuff that I eat every week. Focusing on my water intake, most importantly.
Your dad's like, finally.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of. I'm definitely a different approach this year for sure. I'm coming different this year.
That's awesome, man. You know, your story is so incredible.
Yeah.
But I always talk about how it takes a village for you to get there. Mm-hmm. We've had your dad tell his story, but I want you to tell this. How important was your mom in this journey? And if you just want to give her a shout out for everything she's done as well.
Man, my Dukes, man. my dad's probably like my best friend, but my mom, that's like I don't even have like the name. Like that's like just a different type of like she's like my backbone for real. Like she's really like my rock for real. Like she stays on top of like all like the little things that like I would forget. Like every little thing that I would forget, like she's always like, okay, like did you take your vitamins in the morning? I'm gonna set your vitamins right here. Take these at night. Call me during the day. Are you drinking your water? You eating your food? like just, and she's going out her way. You know, my mom be working hard, so she goes out her way. She gets off late as it is, goes out her way like almost every day, every night. Goes to the store, like whether it's like I like pineapple, right? She'll go to the store. She'll get off at like 9. Go to a specific store that I like pineapple at and get some pineapple just for me and her. Like type of stuff like that where it's just like I'm just beyond blessed to have just a person and a rock just like that in my life. And you know, she's meal prepping for me every week now. Staying up on a Sunday when she has to get up and go to work, she's meal prepping for me, staying up, cooking a whole bunch of food. Like, you know, that's just something that I just never take for granted. And one day for sure, I'm for sure like bless her and return the favor for sure. Like that's just something, you know, my dad always says, you know, take care of your mom. That's little things that she does like that never go like dismissed. So for sure, like I love my mom for sure.
That's incredible, man. You know, I appreciate you stopping by, telling us your story, man. Good luck this year. We'll be following you. Bet. Hopefully have you back once you have this incredible junior year. Sure. Thank you for sharing your story as well, man. It was incredible. Thank you guys for both being on. Let the fans know what your Instagram is so they can follow you as well.
Okay, bet. Follow me at smoothboyrj_3 on Instagram. For sure.
I like that Instagram name, brother. Hey, that's another show, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.